Hey, what's going on, guys? Josh right here, back again with another video on Let's Talk Sports, and this is a little bit of a different video. As you guys saw from clicking on this video, looking at the title, this is a non-sports related video. Instead, this is a video talking about music, specifically about vinyls, and yeah, for those of you who don't know, when I'm not talking about sports, I like to talk about music. I work for a radio station that mainly focuses on music. And recently, earlier this year, I came up with a new hobby, and that was to collect vinyl records. And I've actually have a pretty decent collection of vinyls from this year, and I thought it would be pretty cool to show you guys. And then I'll also show you guys the record player also. If you guys do enjoy this video, you guys know what to do. Leave a like. It's the best way to show your support. Subscribe if you're new here. If you enjoy the content, if your subscribe button is red, that means you're not subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe. And also, again, thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers. I really appreciate it. There'll be probably a live stream later today. Not too sure what we're going to do yet. It'll either be Madden or college football. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, I've got all my vinyls all right here. And then this right here, this black box is actually the record player itself. So what you want to do is, obviously, you have these latches on the sides there. Kind of hard to open when I'm filming and trying to open it up. But yeah, pretty much you'd open it up like that, and boom, the record player is open. So as you can see, this little lever here, so pretty much if I wanted to play a record, I would take a vinyl, I'd put it on the circle thing, and it would start spinning, and then I'd put the little knob there, and it would play on the vinyl. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Really cool little gadget. And this is also Bluetooth too, so if I wanted to, I could connect my phone to the record player and play something like on YouTube Music or Spotify or something like that. So yeah, this is the record player itself. It's a Crossley. This was a birthday present from my mom earlier this year. I'm pretty sure you can get these at like Target or Walmart somewhere pretty cheap. And yeah, I love this thing. It comes in handy. We just had a Christmas party last night. I was playing some of my records on it, and yeah, I love it. And of course, you cannot have a record player without vinyls. And just a heads up before I went over these, I counted, and apparently there are about 17 different vinyls in here. Just a heads up, the newest, I think the newest album from this collection is from 1993. So yeah, you're gonna see kind of the taste of music that me and my family have. Starting things off, we have the Statler Brothers. This was, I believe, a country group that was really big in like the 50s, 60s, and 70s and stuff. One thing I will say about some of these vinyls you'll see is that they give credit to like the musicians and, not just the singer, but the musicians and the producer and stuff like that. Statler Brothers. Next up was Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers, he's very happy in that picture. We also have Kenny Rogers Band. Kenny Rogers in the first edition. Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town. And on the back here, it shows the different songs. And it also has a little bit of a mini biography of all the people in this band. As you can see, we've got Kenny Rogers, Mary Arnold, Terry Williams, what a smile, Mike Settle, and Mickey Hart. Those are some really cool sunglasses. Next up, we have a country album from the early 70s. And as you can see there, that is a very young Dolly Parton. We also have Waylon Jennings. I think they are the biggest two artists on this album. If you remember, there was a CD, like a CD series that came out where it's like, that's what I call like pop music, and they had like different genres. Like they had a country series also for a little bit, and it showed, people like Luke Bryan, Carrie Underwood, Brad Paisley, and then they would also show like pop singers too, like Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, stuff like that. Well, this is pretty much like what that was like. Pretty much that's what I call music before That's What I Call Music came out. So yeah. Next up, we've got Elvis Presley. You cannot have a vinyl collection without an Elvis Presley record. You just can't. Next up, we've got Queen, News of the World. This was given to me by my mom. Pretty much she found this at like a garage sale or whatever. And they had some old vinyls they were getting rid of. And she stumbled across this one because it's Queen. She knows I like Queen. And apparently it's not in the best condition. But I'm still keeping a hold of it just because it's, it's Queen, Look at the back here. Like, it's really cool cover art, too. Like, I like the robot thing. It kind of reminds me of, like, Iron Giant before Iron Giant came out. And it's, got the different songs on there and stuff. Is it upside down? It was upside down. Wow. But yeah, it's like We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, Sheer Heart Attack, All Dead, All Dead, Spread Your Wings, and Fight from the Inside. That's side 1. Side 2, Get Down, Make Love. I'm pretty sure Freddie Mercury wrote that song. Sleeping on the Sidewalk, Who Needs You, It's Late, and My Holy Blues. So yeah. It's Queen. Next up, this is the newest. This is the 1993 album I was talking to you guys about. It is Garth Brooks. Got the different songs on there. Was a big Garth Brooks fan growing up. My grandma was a big Garth Brooks fan. And so, yeah, that vinyl gets played quite a bit. Next up, we have Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. This is my personal favorite vinyl on here. I love this album. I love the cover art. I love some of the songs on here. Against the Wind is a classic. Not just an album, but it's also a classic song. My favorite song on here, though, is probably Betty Lou's Getting Out Tonight. It's on side 2. Here are the songs for side 1. I don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. Yeah, Betty Lou Getting Out Tonight is a pretty good song. It's kind of like a dance song. It's got like a mixture of like the 50s and the 80s and stuff like that. Next up, we've got one of my favorite bands. That is the Eagles. When last year when someone told me that the Eagles were making a Christmas album, I thought it was the band, the Eagles, and not the football team that plays in Philadelphia. So instead of these Eagles making a Christmas album, we had to watch Jason Kelce and friends make a Christmas album. I think they made another one this year. But yeah, Eagles, Long Run, classic album, classic song also. Also got some other cool songs on here. I Can't Tell You Why, and The City, and The Disco Strangler, and King of Hollywood is side 1. Side 2, Heartache Tonight. That's one of my favorite Eagles songs of all time. Those Shoes, Teenage Jail, Greeks Don't Want No Freaks, and The Sad Cafe. So yeah, that's the Eagles. Next up, Joe Walsh. So far, so good. He is probably one of the most famous Eagles rock band band members. So yeah, Joe Walsh. Can't go wrong with Joey Walsh. And yeah, like here's an example of when they give credit to not just the singer, and the songwriter, but like the people who played on it, like you got like the drummer, guitarist, and stuff like that. That's really cool. That they did that on here. So yeah, Joey Walsh. Good Joe Walsh. Next up, we've got James Taylor, Greatest Hits. We've got Kiss. Really cool cover art. It's a really cool cover. It's also, the back is like really cool. It's like at a Kiss concert. Look at all those people. Oh my goodness. We've got a band that I'm not too big of a fan of, but I probably might be a big fan of them later on down the road, and that is BT Overdrive, Not Fragile. We've got Rio Grande. We've got a second copy of News of the World, but this version is actually Korean. And so this was given to me by, this was a Christmas gift by my grandpa. And so my grandpa Jimenez, he's my aunt. So my aunt, mom and dad, they gave me this vinyl as like a Christmas gift. And it's in Korean. It's like I would, if I showed you the vinyl and stuff, which I'm not going to take it out, but it would be like in Korean and stuff like that. And it plays great. Like I guess they were trying, I guess they had some old vinyls they wanted to get rid of, and this made the cut. And it plays great. And last but not least, we have one of my favorite artists of all time, Jim Croce. Jim Croce, I Got a Name, one of my favorite songs. Probably not the best picture. I know some people might think this is a very controversial picture because he's smoking. Guys, this was like in the late 60s, early 70s, all right? You know, it was kind of cool to do that back then. Not saying that it's cool to smoke, but, you know, it was, you know, different times back then. Yeah, there's Jimmy, and there's the different songs and stuff. And last but not least, we have Life and Times. Really cool picture of Jim. I like the back where it's like him and his guitar. Different songs on there. Bad Bad Leroy Brown is on, of course, the most popular Jim Croce song is on that vinyl. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.